Welcome to the second part of the thumbs up sculpture.
So today we're going to finish up the hand sculpture. As you can see, I got pretty much all of it done. This was made from waste clay from the Batman sculpture that I just finished, and I just dug out the inside of the head and I put it in. I let it dry overnight, and so it's a little hard. So I'm using my own hand to sculpt it, and I'm holding it up like this. The only problem is that if you're working directly from life, I can't really see this part very well. So you have to kind of mirror things down. And I took a photo of the back of this hand, so I was using my phone for that for a while. And the reason I have these little stumps here is so it holds up the hand, because this is quite a bit of clay and there's a lot of weight here, and it would normally break off if it was too wet. So that's just something to keep in mind when you're sculpting. You need to kind of engineer things in a way that it doesn't break off. These little loop tools are pretty good because you can fit them and just kind of scrape away. And I kind of do like the texture that they create.
One of the things I really like is using shop towels to remove some of the imperfections of the hand. You can get them at any auto parts store, and they're almost like burlap. Oftentimes I don't like my sculptures to be ultra smooth, so I prefer to have a little texture, and these shop towels do give you a little bit of a rough texture. That looks very good.
There's a lot going on in the hand that people don't realize. There's a lot of muscles. Hand sculptures are very difficult to do, especially if you don't have some basic understanding of anatomy. One thing I like to do too, to reach harder places, is to use a brush. I start out with a bigger brush, and then I work a bit smaller brush to kind of get into places here. You have to use water to kind of be able to do stuff. Funny, like sculpture is kind of a weird thing because people don't usually buy sculptures at all. There's a lot of commercial application for sculpture, but oftentimes it's commissions, like people want a portrait or something, but generally you're going to be a lot poorer if you become a sculptor than a painter. Problem is I don't have a lot of clay left. So I'm using these bits I've removed. Sculptures at all, there's a lot of commercial application for sculpture, but oftentimes it's commissions, like people want a portrait or something, but generally you're going to be a lot poorer if you become a sculptor than a painter, because people just don't like sculpture all that much these days, and if they do like art, they usually go after paintings.
We're coming to the end of this hand sculpture. I'm going to try and add a little bit more anatomy studies into the sculptures. That way, if you guys are interested in learning a little bit about anatomy, I'll try and add that in. But until next time, I'll see you in the next video.